What's going on, family? What's going on? So, I'm at the park today, and I've taken a break from sitting in front of the computer. And I love just being able to reground, get my feet in the ground and just do my reading and whatnot and do some journaling. And this is usually where a lot of my epiphanies come. I apologize if I'm looking away. Like the sun is setting. You can't really see it too. There you go. Like it's beautiful, right? It's so beautiful. So if I keep looking over, that's just because it's captivating me. But I want to just give you all a message for today. It's very important. And it's all about the habits that we're in and the loops and the cycles that we're in, right? When the going gets tough, they say the tough get going, but we have to recognize this and get out of this mindset. And I want to reason with you because I get it. I get it because I get there too. When things get tough, we feel like quitting. We feel like quitting. And why? It's because we want the pain to go away. We want the pain to go away, and that's typically why we quit. Or we feel like our effort is in vain, or we feel like we're not doing enough, or those limiting beliefs, those thoughts, those things that tell you that you're less than, that you're not worthy, they come creeping in. And let me just tell you this, y'all. It's normal. It happens to every single person. But I'm going to tell you, if you decide in those moments to quit, you're just putting yourself in the loop. Because we both know, if you're watching this, if this is resonating with you, whether you clicked on it or you shadow watching, which is fine, I want you to know that you're going to be in another form of pain. Pain is inevitable. And that has to be something that is understood and recognized and accepted. Pain is inevitable. You're either going to have pain of growing because you're going to hit the ceiling that you put on your life, and you're going to have to bust through that ceiling, and you're going to have to put the reps in from hitting that spot until you get that breakthrough. Or what most people do, they go to the pain that they're used to. And just because you're used to something doesn't necessarily mean it's easier or it's better. Because what happens when you quit your new pursuit, when you quit that new journey that you're on, you go back to that old pattern, and eventually you'll get to the point in that old pattern where you feel fed up. You feel like you can't take it anymore and you need something new. That's painful as well. It's painful staying still. It's painful getting stuck. It's painful knowing that you have more in life and you're not getting it done and you're not going after it. It's even more painful knowing all these things and not knowing how to achieve it. And so when you get to those moments in life where you're on your journey, you're on your path, you're pushing through, and you're staying persistent, you're staying consistent, and you feel like there's just not enough, like you're not putting in enough energy or enough effort, or something's wrong with you, the key is not to quit, but to learn to refocus. Learn to refocus. What do I mean by that? Sometimes it's not that your effort is wrong. It's just what you're focusing your effort on. For example, if you're trying to go through a hallway and you run into a wall, does it make sense to keep trying to punch the wall until it breaks? Or would it make sense to look left and right and see if there's a door somewhere? See, a lot of the times we get so focused on being on our journey that we're not experiencing the journey. Two distinct differences: being on something and experiencing it. If you're experiencing a journey is not one route, it's not one path. It is an experience. It's something that cannot just be set in stone. You have to explore, you have to keep your head on a swivel, and you have to be willing to try different things. Even if 5 out of 6 of those things don't work. You have to be diligent on your journey, but not necessarily on that direction, right? Because everybody knows this by now, and if you don't, you'll learn it soon enough. Life is not a straight line. Life has never been a straight line. Life is more like a zigzag with some loops in it, and it goes in and out and up and down in all these different directions. And then you start progressing, right? But let me tell you the beauty in all this. The beauty of all those zigzags and up and down in this weird, obscure way of moving, the beauty in it is this. That's where you learn to experience things. That's where you learn to transform and transmute the things that you're going through, the things that you're seeing, just you as a person, as a being. See, life, if it was a straight line, life would not be an experience. It would be a system. You would just be in a system. It would be no different from you working your 9 to 5. It'd be no different from you doing the things that you probably don't like doing because they're so routine. The difficulties in life is what makes life fun. It's what makes life exciting. It is what makes life worth it. That's why we're here to experience. And you can only experience when there is a multitude of options, of opportunities. There's a multitude of tests to see how your knowledge is. There's 3 stages that you got to learn when it comes to growth. The first stage is information. So we gather information. That's why you go to school, right? You're getting all the information. The second part of it is knowledge. Well, you're like, well, that's the same. No, it's not. So you have information, that's data, but knowledge is knowing how to apply the information, okay? The third stage is wisdom now. And see, now you're like, but isn't wisdom applying the knowledge? No, wisdom is properly applying the knowledge. Or more in particular, it's when. It's when to apply the knowledge, right? So there's a what, there's a how, and then there's when. What, how, when, those are the stages of your transformation. That's your stages of learning to take your experiences, take the lessons, and learn to apply them and then grow with them. They become your stepping stools. They become the new foundation. And the only way you solidify the foundation is by moving from those layers, from information to knowledge to wisdom. You can only do that when you have obstacles. You can only do that when you have tribulations. You can only do that when life throws curveballs. So look, if you're on your journey, if you're on your path, and I know it can be difficult and I know it can be discouraging, but just keep on going and learn to refocus. You're not a quitter if you take a moment to just breathe, take a step back, look left and right and see where your effort is actually going and if it's the smartest way to use your time and energy. Okay? That's the beauty of it. That's why we're here. We're here to be dynamic creatures, y'all. And I know a lot of the times we want the, I'll say the cheat codes, and it's not really a cheat code. We want the easier way out. And there are proper times to use the easy way out. But a lot of the times, it's not that the way is hard. We just don't know enough. That's the difference. We just don't know enough. It's not that it's hard. We just have limited knowledge. But once your knowledge expands, then your knowledge can expand. Or once your information expands, then your knowledge can expand. And once your knowledge expands, so can your wisdom. Right? Like, it's that simple. It's that beautiful. But a lot of the times people have a hard time doing this process. Sometimes people have a hard time going through this journey. It can be difficult when you're ramming your head against the wall and that's all you know. It's hard sometimes to realize that you can look left and right because your neck becomes stiff, you know? So if this sounds like if you're having a hard time, but you know you have more, you know you want to grow, you know you want to evolve, you know you want to expand, I encourage you to check out my site, IALLG.com, and get my free ebook. It's going to show you one of the biggest reasons why you're not progressing. It's going to show you one of the biggest reasons what's in your way. There's some master classes there too. It's all free value. I want you to check it out. And if you're feeling called to, just follow the instructions at the end of the book. And if not, you got some free information. Hopefully you can make it into knowledge and ultimately it can become wisdom. But if you want to make that a little more streamlined, let's talk after you read the material, after you get through that book. This is Brother Coasty at IALLG.com. As always, we're building bridges within to explore the world without. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.